Hello everyone, it is 2023 and we are back with Market Talk with Broadwater-Toole Realty. This is episode 8. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. And I have a very special guest. I have worried this lady since she's come to this the Aiken Association, and I don't plan to stop. She's just absolutely wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome to the table, Tabitha.
Thank
How
you.
are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and your background. How did you end up here?
So I started my real estate, I call it real estate support career, as a receptionist in a real estate office. I worked there for about 6 years, and then I got a job here as the MLS coordinator. I did that for a few years, and then I got a promotion to the association executive position.
Oh,
So I
man.
just worked my way up. Hard work and dedication, right?
It is. Do we drive you crazy?
No comment. Every day is different, and
So what is your role as an AE?
I do a little bit of everything. I support, or I manage our awesome staff that we have here. I manage the multiple listing service. So basically, I'm responsible for all functions of the association and the MLS. So I do all of our bill paying. I do our annual elections when they're needed. I promote and plan events. I make sure we meet our core standards that are set by the National Association of Realtors.
So
A little bit of everything.
You do have a hefty job.
I do.
Do you hold designations?
I do. I have, most recent one I got was the RCE, which is the Realtor Certified Association Executive. It's the only designation meant for people that do my job.
Oh wow! So that's a huge accomplishment.
Yes, I had to take classes. I had to prove myself as a leader, and I had to take a 3-module class and test that took 3 hours to complete. So,
And are you a realtor or you don't?
So technically speaking, a realtor is a member of the association, the National Association of Realtors. So in that aspect, I am, but I'm not a salesperson, so I don't have a sales license.
Okay. And everyone, that's what I hold. I hold a sales license. She summed it up wonderful as support, because that's exactly what she does for us. Every day she's quick in her responses. We really appreciate you. I don't think you understand how important your role is to us out in the field.
And I call you guys my realtors, my members, my family, because that's how I feel about all of our members, the realtors in Aiken.
And you know, a lot of people, we hear a lot of customers say, I can sell my home myself, I can do this, I can do that. What does realtor mean to you? Because that is a copyrighted term.
Yes. So to me, realtor means that support that you get from the realtor, because when you buy a home, it's one of the largest purchases in your lifetime. And the realtors, they go through, they have to get their sales license, so they have to go through lots of courses. They have to get continuing education every year. And so, the random person doesn't have all that background and all that experience and all that training. The realtor will help a person step by step and hold your hand through the entire process.
And that is so true. That is so true. I've had so many for sale by owners convert to a realtor and say, oh man, it's been so much easier. To
you might, if you try to sell your house on yourself, you might forget a step, and that might cause you a lot of money in the long run. And we all know houses listed with realtors always close for a lot more than for sale by owner.
So that's a statistic.
It is, yes.
So everybody out there trying to sell your home on your own, just a tidbit for you. How do you support the public? So we're going to talk a lot about how you support us and how you hold us accountable through standards, but how do you support the public?
We strive to be the voice of real estate in the area. So when people have questions about real estate, they can reach out to us. We put out monthly statistical reports for the public and for all of our realtors. We also advocate for home ownership rights. we select candidates to run for local state offices that support real estate and property rights and homeowner rights.
Yeah. And that's important because right behind you is the major investors for the RPAC. And I know that some people say, why would we want to jump behind something like that? But if we're not aware, it could be devastating for the public attempting to purchase a home.
Right.
Talk a little bit about that.
So one thing that we did advocacy-wise in 2014, Aiken had the 1 cent makes sense, the 1% sales tax increase. Although it was it was for the schools, so all the money went to the schools that was raised by that 1% sales tax increase, and it also was able to lower homeowners' taxes.
Wow.
By just by a little bit, so it did help.
Right.
And now the schools are amazing.
Yes.
And they're constantly improving now with all of that money.
Absolutely. So, what are the current initiatives for the association?
So our initiatives, we have customer service, conducting business transparently, member education, advocacy, and communications. Our customer service, we have 3 employees here, and we cross-train them so everyone can help you, and our realtors. We always make ourselves available to our members and to the public if they need our help. To conduct business transparently, our books are reviewed every month by a CPA, just to make sure the members' money is being spent in the correct way.
Right.
We offer continuing education every year for free for our members.
Yes.
And we also I try to get as many professional development classes as well.
Yes.
So if you have any ideas for that, let me know.
Absolutely.
And then, as I said before, we do public policies. We advocate for public policies and candidates that build strong communities.
Now, I know that in the past we have driven the Home Buyer Expo. Is that still one of the initiatives that we have, or have we diverted away from
It may
that?
be something that we do in the future. We don't have it on the books for this year, but I've actually had a lot of people ask me about it. So
Yeah.
we need
And a lot of people show up for those.
to.
So I think a lot of clients and customers or home buyers or sellers get a little confused about the step up. So we have our local association here, we have state, and then we have our National Association of Realtors. How does all of that trickle in together?
Okay. I'm glad you asked. It's called a 3-way agreement. So it's an agreement between the National Association of Realtors, the state associations, and all the local associations. And so that gives us, as a local association, the responsibility of using the term realtor, making sure people use it correctly. And we also gives us the advocacy. So we're in charge of the advocacy, of our jurisdiction. And we make sure that our members subscribe to the Code of Ethics. We enforce the Code of Ethics, and we train the Code of Ethics locally here.
Because when an agent or when a broker joins MLS, we are required to take a class.
Yes.
And that class is to reinforce ethics and how we are to perform and carry ourselves in public.
Correct, yes. Like, for example, realtors, they cannot discriminate against, there's a whole list, familial status, sexual orientation, gender identity, nation of origin, color, sex.
Yes.
And not all of that are protected classes. So our Code of Ethics goes above and beyond.
Exactly. And that's something we should be communicating, whenever someone comes to us. And it's written in our contracts.
It is, yes.
And a lot of people feel like our contracts, that we're sitting down, we're writing up all this lingo, but our contracts are written and approved through NAR and attorneys at NAR.
Correct. And the state association is the ones that put out those contracts, and they're constantly reviewing them and making changes as needed.
See that for me that's good. For me that's good because it helps me stay out of trouble.
Right.
Because I'm not an attorney.
Right.
And we're saying that these are binding contracts. So what makes it binding?
Exactly.
It's the verbiage. So do you take walk-ins from the public? I mean, how often do they come in, or?
Our customers are mostly the realtors, so we actually don't get a lot of calls or walk-ins from the public. But if they do have questions, we always help them or point them in the right direction.
Okay.
Like sometimes they'll come in and ask about a property, so we can't, or they'll say, I need a realtor. We can't recommend one realtor over another because they're all of our members, but we can point them to like our website that has the directory of all of the realtors in town, or realtor.com.
But the basis of why you're here is to protect the public.
Correct, yes.
And to protect us so that we don't get in trouble.
Exactly.
What are the major committees supported by the association?
We have an MLS committee, the legislation and RPAC committee. We have programs and events, diversity, equity, inclusion, which
That's me.
you are the chair of, and we're going to get that up and running soon.
Yes.
I'm excited about that.
I am too.
Every year we have a bylaws review committee, just to make sure our bylaws are in line with the law and real estate trends. And we have a budget and finance committee that reviews our financial statements and sets the budget every year.
How does the current climate in real estate impact all of this?
Right now, it's not affecting us too much, but if we do go into an recession, don't want to say that out loud.
Yes.
More how it would affect our office is agents will drop out of real estate, which would probably affect our bottom line. But we budgeted a little bit conservative this year, just in case.
Yeah. Now, this wasn't one of the questions I sent you, so
That's okay, I got it.
catch her off.
It's okay, I got it.
So, over the last 3 years, where COVID hit and everybody is like, okay, the bottom's about to drop out. It's about to drop out. It's going to be bad. We saw a reverse of all of that. No, it was not bad.
It was, I don't want to say crazy, but it was a hot market.
It was a hot market. So we had a lot of agents, offices come in, join.
We did, yeah. We had, even still now, so we haven't seen the effect of like the tiny little slowdown or the stabilization. We had, even this year, we've had like 30 or 40 new members.
Yes.
Already, so.
And it is February, the end of February.
It is the end of February, yes.
So you already talked about the classes that support agents. What are your goals for 2023?
Well, we want to continue to be the voice of real estate for our area. I would like to be more involved with the community. We started doing that last year. We had a lot of community service projects that we did, so I want to continue doing that this year. And we have a full audit of our books.
Yes.
So we're going to pass that. So that's one of our goals is to get that done. But.
Well, I truly appreciate you. Is there anything that wasn't included in the questions or we talked about today that you want to add?
I just have to do my plug for, if you're looking for a home, make sure your agent is a realtor.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you for having me.
No, I appreciate you for coming, because a lot of times when I'm speaking with customers and clients, they don't understand that we are bound by rules, ethics rules. We can be called in for mediation, or the customers that have a bad experience, they can come and they hold us accountable.
Yes.
There's an investigation and everything that comes with that. So we have a lot.
You have high standards. Yeah.
Yes.
High standards to hold up to.
Absolutely. I appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was Market Talk with Broadwater-Toole Realty. I'll check you out next time.